Kia ora tātou, nau mai hoki mai ki te Aoitepö me te whare kai, taku whare kai me te kōrero tuarua mo te Wiki tuatahi. Welcome back whānau for our little catch up he paku āwhina where we left off the other night, and we started with some kupu hau. We started with some kupu hau on Monday or Tuesday, and we were just learning some kupu hau and somehow later on so we could put it into a sentence. And so we're going to try that tonight, but first of all we'll just recap on what those kupu hau were. There's so many kupu and small words and bigger words, but we're just focusing on the small words first, and our first ones were he, te, me, and ngā. And do you remember the story when I told you guys about when I didn't used to think they were important, and I thought I was doing my first whai kōrero. I went up with one of our kaumātua and he says, I'll tell you what to say and basically I didn't know then he was just teaching me a karakia. It might have been whakataka te hau, and I thought that was my speech, and it kind of was. And anyway, I got all the way up, and the kaumātua, his name was, we call him Don, Koro Don, and his Māori name was Rākau o te ora, te maipi te whiu, no tūhoi, me, te whānau, now you got me, te whānau, up whara tutu. Someone can help me? It's coming. Nah, sorry. Up whara tutu. That's not good, is it? Yeah. Oh, I got it. It's not te whānau, te aitanga. But we got different names for ngāti, or ngai, or te whānau a apanui. But this one is called te aitanga a mahaki. And so aroha mai koro Don, and we went up there anyway, whānau, and he goes, oh Ricky, he used to call me Ricky, my nickname for short. Ricky, I'll give you a whai kōrero to say when you go over there, okay? I said, okay. And he taught me whakataka te hau and on the way up, and then he taught me taku rākau, one of our waiata from Tūhoi. But anyway, I did this so-called speech. I was whakataka te hau ki tūru. I was on the marae at te aitanga a mahaki, at whara tutu, at mangatu is the marae, mangatu. And if I recall, the whare nui is, the whare tipuna is called ngāwari. And it was one of the ones, I think it might have been named by Te Kōti back in the days, kia ngāwari. Hey, let's kia ngāwari. So nō reira, I was doing my whai kōrero. Anyway, I thought I was flash as, and when I finished it, sat down, and then he goes after me, you know, because we go first, and then the old people can clean up after us and tell them, sorry, he made all those mistakes. But anyway, I thought I was the bomb, you know. It's getting thrown in the deep end to do a whai kōrero, but you fill the seats, whānau, and you do your little bit. And even though it was a karakia, but it was still your aroha there, your kōrero, to fill the tūru on the paipai. Anyway, the funny thing was I went across the other side, and I thought I was the bomb. I thought, oh man, that was pretty cool. I thought it was te panekiritanga o te reo. I thought for me it was, because it was my first time. Anyway, and I went up to the kaumātua and I says, oh, kia ora koro. And he goes, kia ora, and he shake my hand. And I says to him, he kapu ti koe? And he just looks at me politely and goes, ai, me haere tāua. And I said, yeah, you want a cup of tea? And he goes, yeah, let's go. And anyway, but from behind him on the pai waiata kinaki where all the kuias were, the kuia says, no dear, he's not a cup of tea, but he'd love one. So anyway, my point is, and I've always remembered that, and it was funny as we went inside and laughed our heads off. So the difference of he, te, me, ngā, of calling someone a cup of tea, or would you like a cup of tea? That's a whole different too, isn't it? As you know, he kapu tea, mau. But when I says he kapu tea koe, he just smiled and says, ai, me haere tāua. But that's the cool thing of the old people. And, you know, don't get too hung up with what you're saying sometimes. You know, just if you've got a kōrero, you just kōrero. And sometimes we do get hung up. We can get too hung up with, was that tāku, āku, or ōku? You worry about that during the week when you're practicing, but when you kōrero, you just say it how it comes out. And mā te he ka tika, like me. In making your little mistakes, you can look back later and laugh and go, oh, I called that fella a cup of tea instead of would you like one? Anyway, that's my little intro for tonight, and say, oh, you know, he, te, me, ngā, and for tonight, trying to use it in a little sentence, adding it to the words we learnt on Monday, which was whare, whare kai, kapu, oko, pereti, karāhe, utauta. Then we went through the knives and forks, the cutlery, mihi, maripi, and just practice saying the one word first. Fork, maro, titiro, pauka, and what we're worrying about here is saying the words correctly or the best we can. And a little hint is one of the queers from Liz Hunkin, from one of the kaiako, one of our pauako from the Ātarangi. Te umu, whaia te huarahi māma. Take the nice, easy path. Don't overcomplicate your kōrero. And he tikanga, mena kei te pai ki tō taringa, o he rawe. Mena kei te kawa, te rape kaori I te tino pai. So what she's saying is just don't overthink it, but if it sounds all right to your taringa, that's a little guideline that it sounds, oh, that sounded all right. Did I call him a cup of tea? Kawhai? So just follow, keep it nice and simple, and just take the easy path for now, and then you make less mistakes, like I do. Anyway, kapai, spoon, koko, pune, translate, pune. Little spoon, little teaspoon, koko iti. Koko iti. And that's enough. And you want to elaborate on your bread knife. Just a knife, maripi or naihi. Maripi or naihi parawa, bread knife, butter knife. Naihi pata, a butter knife. And just add your, what type of knife. This one here for cutting meat, a steak knife. Naihi kiko. Just describe what sort of knife is it. Naihi kiko. Got these little midgets. These, I should use these little midget forks, probably for dessert. So how would we say that? Maro purini. Maro purini. Tiro purini. So just take your time and add on the extra words. Kawhai? So what we might do tonight is, and we're going to add them to your he, te, me, ngā. And there's lots of ways of doing this, as you know. And one of the best ways is to head along to your local classes, whatever it is, whatever whānanga or whatever local classes you go to, or even have a practice in your own time, in your own family, with some bits and pieces on the table. And in actually doing it, then you will see and understand there's so many inferences, so many different times that you'd use, whether it's he, te, me, or ngā, or which one do you use in your kōrero. So it's only that, mā te kōrero and mā te wā ka mōhio. The more you use it, the more you practice it, then you'll go, I need another word now, because hair's not always going to cut it. So anyway, let's just try and add some of those to our, and make a little KÍANGA, a little phrase or a little sentence. So remember our 12 words was whare, whare kai, tēpu, tūru, a house, the table, and chairs. The next four was kapu, oko, pereti, and glasses, karāhe. Don't know if you can see them there, but I might get some coloured ones so you can see them. But there's some glasses there, and sorry for being rude. This is pare, and this is mere. aroha mai mo taku he, for being a bit kūware there. And these ones here, the utensils, are ngā utauta, ka pai. I think that's a name for all implements or different things. But all these things on the table or on your desk or in your carving shed, taputapu. All the things you use for your tools of your trade, ngā taputapu. You could use that, and as you know, there's many other words too. But let's try and put it in a sentence. And I'm going to invite the group, our group, or whoever wants to join us, to make a little clip, not as long as this one, but starting from this point, I'll try and put some of these things in a semblance of order and using some of those words, he, te, me, ngā, and I invite you guys to take the words you used on Monday and try and put it in a bit of a sentence. So hopefully I don't muck it up and call you a cup of tea. So let's just try that, eh? Kia ora tātou e te whānau, ko te umuariki e mihi ana kia koutou, no reira, tēnā, koutou, katoa. Kupu hou, he, te, me, ngā. Aroha mai whānau, and this is this week, he KīANga. Just take some of those kupu, put in a little phrase or maybe a little sentence. He KīANga. He whare, te tēpu, me, ngā, tūru. Ka pai, anō. He whare, te tēpu, me, ngā, tūru. Ka pai. Hopefully that's one. Hope they don't shoot me for that one. He whare kai. He whare kai. Te tēpu, me ngā taputapu. Anō. He whare kai. Te tēpu, me ngā taputapu. Ooh. So we won't go too far. It's easy to get in trouble. That's probably enough for now. So just recapping those two. He whare, te tēpu, me ngā tūru. Tuarua. He whare kai, te tēpu, me ngā taputapu. Ka pai. That's enough, eh? Kupu hou, new word. Aroha mai, ika. Te tēpu, ka pai, we could say that, eh? Te whare kai, ai. Te tēpu, te kapu, te oko, te pereti, me ngā karāhe. Ka pai, don't go too tricky like me. So once more, te whare kai, stick with te, eh? Te whare kai, te tēpu, te kapu, there's only one, eh? Te oko, te pereti, me ngā karāhe. Ka pai. I think we'll quit there, that's enough. Did you notice though, you can't say me te tūru. You sort of can, but there's three of them, so which one? So we'll just leave it at that, eh, for this time round. Cool, well done. I don't know what your videos are going to sound like, but do your best. But let's just, I don't know if you can see it from here, but these have got colours. It would be really good if that was all blue and all red and all black. But my three colours is pango, kahurangi and whero. And there's a red, blue and black cup, bowl and plate. So let's try and use the te again when there's a group of things. And you work it out with what colour cups and bits and pieces you have, but you want to pick that particular one. te. Te kapu, te tēpu, te kapu kahurangi, te oko whero, me te pereti pango. Ka pai. Now I can say te because we specified which one, ne? So just one more time because I have them here now. Te pereti pango, te oko whero, me te kapu kahurangi. Woo! I think I got it right. Don't shoot me. Ka pai, that's nearly enough. And I think maybe just to finish off, I will do what I'm going to do here. We'll just try and wing one. Remember, we did it the other night. We winged one. So we'll just try and wing it using what you've learned. So I'm just going to try and make it up out of my head. He te me ngā. He marae, don't overthink it. Te karanga me ngā manuhiri. Oh, hopefully that passed, te panikiri. Ka pai, let's try that again. Ei marae, the karanga and the visitors. He marae, te pōwhiri, te kai karanga, me ngā manuhiri. That's probably enough. Ka pai, gonna pick you guys to make up 2 of your own sentences on the end of yours, what you've joined on here from mine. Hope that made sense. It doesn't sound like it. Anyway, last one. So we're inside, I'll go in the wharekai. He wharekai, te hākari, me ngā whai kōrero. The dining room, the hākari, the supper, and the speeches. He wharekai, te hākari, me ngā whai kōrero. Ka pai, don't shoot me, but just choose little sentences. So there you go, I've given you a few to do tonight. Take out what you can there. Make a nice short video, not long like mine. About 2 to 4 minutes, keep it short and sweet. Have a practice. You need to be specific with what's on your table. But I think we've done enough there, as I say, for a mellow puff, or I'll sing you a little song and then that's us. So I'm looking forward to seeing your video. I've seen the ones you've sent through for the kupu ho. Now I'm going to ask you to put those new kupu you learned and put them into a little KīANGA, a little phrase or a little sentence. But mihi nui, kia koutou, well done. Thanks for sticking around. I can see a few manuhiri there. Tēnā koutou, and thanks to those who joined us tonight in our classes. And we had a big karakia tonight. Everyone wanted to send out karakia using this thing that we call the wairua, calling the medium, the wairua, te wā me te wāhi, i ngā taha e rua, to send, to tuku our karakia to a couple of our whānau, arapeta, me tōna hoaranga tira, e tiakini a rātau, i au rātau pāpā, hungarei, looking after their father-in-law, kei te māwiwi ia, nā te tino mamai o te mate puku, kei ronga ki aia, me ona pukahiwi, me tētahi anō ngā whānau whaialana, me tōna iramutu, ikonei ki Aoitepö, i kua ngaro ia ki te pō, aha kua tōna rangatahi, kei te mamai, kua pāngia te mamai, me te pauri, kei runga ia, nā te wehinga tōna kuia, i ngā tau kua pahure, engari kei te mamai ki aia. So aroha ki a rātou, pa aroha ki a tātou, hoki i tēnei pō. So this waiata, I think last week we sung a song, we sang to Haumia tike, and we said, nau ko te oranga tinana. And these waiata were written by our pauako and kaiako, perenara te tewe, when we were all learning in Te Reo Maioha te reo maioha and ōtaki. And he has a great way, Ture, our kaiaka, he was in a wheelchair, but he had a great mind and a great ability to write tito waiata, little ditties, little short ones, but they always had good rhyme and reason, and they had good sentence structure, and they were always joyful and playful. And here's another one, here's another one, and I've only heard them a few times, but those tunes, they stayed with me. But it's not only that, it's the sentence structure in there, and this is another mihi to haumia tiki tiki. And haumia says, hey, haumia tiki tiki, I'm home, where's all the food at? Kimi here, I'm going to go and find me some in the bush. Rapu atu, rapu mai. So that's just like, set the table, because I'm starving. Haumia tike te atua pai o ngā kai nana te kai e tipu ana, he kai pai mātaua. Haumia tike kei hira te kai, kimi hia rapu atu, rapu mai. Haumia tike kei hia te kai e, hora hia mai, kei te hia kai e. Hey Haumia, where's all the kai at? I've been down to Pack and Save, but they're all closed. And I went down and saw Rongo at the cultivated gardens, and he said, no bro, you got to go back, we're going back to the Māori, to the bush. So you've got to send these fellas up into the bush to kimi here, go and seek and look for kai, like the old days. It's all good to do the mara kai, but this is for the natural kai growing in the bush. Haumia tike te atua pai o ngā kai e, nana te kai e tipu ana, he kai pai mātaua. Haumia tike kei hira te kai, kimi hia rapu atu, rapu mai. Haumia tike kei hia te kai e, hora hia mai, kei te hia kai au e. Set the table. Hora hia mai, kei te hia kai au e. Yeah, I'm starving. Haumia tike Haumia tike. Nau ko te oranga tinana, nau ko te kai. Nau ko te oranga kiko, nau ko te taro. Nau ko te manaakitanga, nau ko te pātaka. Nau ko te oranga wairua. Whakaihi, whakawehi, whakawana, tihei. Mauri ora. Bon appetito. Ka pai koutou. Looking forward to see your videos. Thanks for your aroha, all your effort. It's been a lot of fun. We've got a few more weeks towards the end of this course. We've still got about 6 or 7 to be precise. And let's all enjoy the rest of this year. Give thanks for what we have here. Peace reign, be safe. And call out to Haumia's brother, to Rongo, who's also the custodian of peace and friendship and hospitality. E rongo, whakairia ki runga kia tīna. Haumia hui e, tai ki e. Pōmari everyone. Have a mean week. Yeah. And kai me tō kai ora. Pōmari e.